Let's talk about your first 90 days. You might have heard of a 30, 60, 90, which the company needs from you in order to onboard really, really well in those first 90 days. But have you ever thought about your own personal 30, 60, 90? This is one thing I'm very passionate about talking about, and yet I don't hear anyone else talking about. Here's the thing. Leaders in particular, you are very expensive to hire or to promote. It typically costs anywhere from 50% to 200% of the full-time equivalent cost of hiring you for you to actually get up to speed. That is expensive. If you create your own 30, 60, 90, which is all about you getting up to speed quickly, not about what you're going to do and change in the business, then you are going to provide that return on investment so much faster. They will pay attention, you'll get more respect, and guess what? You will have an easier time of it while you're in this company because they see this person, that's you, being kick-ass. So here are my top tips for creating your own personal 30, 60, 90. Split it into 3 phases. They don't have to be aligned with the months, but 3 phases. Discovery. This is where you are going to learn. You're going to absorb. You're not going to change anything. Your goal is to have questions and people in mind that you're going to reach out to discover everything you can. You need great mindset underneath that in order to make sure that you aren't tempted to take action when everyone's like, can you do something already? Because believe me, it is better being patient and doing that discovery well. Part 2 is development. This is where you're going to put in place all the stuff that you've learned and say, this is what I need to now do. You're going to create a strategic plan. You're going to start thinking about how we're going to roll that out. You're going to be taking over handling of day-to-day operations and starting to tweak around the edges. This may sound obvious, but if you're not intentional about this, it can feel like either you do it on day 1 or you never take over the reins. So be intentional about when you take over handling day-to-day operations. And then phase 3 is delivery. This is when you start building that team cohesion, you start building rapport, you start building excitement, and you start delivering on the goals and outcomes. Everything you do in discovery and development is about building you up to that point where you get to shine around 60 days and you get to really push the team forward as a result. You get to cement your reputation in the organization. It's not rocket science, but if you aren't intentional about this, you don't have the mindset and the plan in place, it can derail the best of careers.